Hey guys, here I'm going to show you the RDLW process for your exit ticket. This is the type of work that you guys need to show in your word problems. Remember we had the squashes and pumpkin story? Here as we learned in class, we like to show, right after we read the story, to underline and circle the important things to the story so we know what to draw. Lee saw 6 squashes and 7 pumpkins growing in his garden. Here, an important number is 6, and it's talking about the squashes. 7 pumpkins growing in the garden. 7 is important, and it's talking about pumpkins. How many vegetables did he see growing in the garden? That's all important, that question, okay? Now, we start with our first part, 6. So, our tape diagram, we draw 6 counters. Remember to try to do a 5 group and then one more. Before you move on, remember you have to label 6, and we'll put S for squashes. Draw a line to separate the part. 7 pumpkins growing. The other part will be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here that represents 7 pumpkins. This is the labeling part of your drawing step. Okay, guys? Once you do that, remember we box it to show that tape diagram. Now we need to find out how many vegetables we saw growing in the garden. That means we had to take 6 and 7 and put them together. And if you kind of see here, looks like a number bond, right? Just with pictures in it. 6 and 7 together, we want to count the first grade way. We know there's 7 here and count on the rest. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So our unknown result here is 13. Our unknown result is the whole. Okay. Our next step would be to write a number sentence and a statement. Our number sentence, let's kind of say the story so we can write it in order. 6 squashes were growing in the garden plus 7 pumpkins. Together, that makes 13. 13 was our unknown. Another thing we like to add is a question mark to the unknown in the problem. And last but not least, we need to write a statement explaining the answer. How many vegetables did he see growing in the garden? Use your words in the question. We can say he sees 13. Box it. Vegetables in the garden. When you guys have your exit ticket, your statement will be there already. All you got to do is copy it and add your answer. Okay, so that is the problem where we have a 2 add-ins unknown mystery whole. Okay, here's the add to result unknown type of problem. Emmy had 13 friends over for dinner. Here 13 is an important number in the story, and it's talking about friends coming for dinner. 4 more, here's the add to the 13. Okay, and 4 more friends came over. That's important. And last but not least, the question, how many friends came over to Emmy's house? So the result is unknown here too. We start with 13 counters, our first part. Now when you draw 13, remember to start with a 5 group. And then another 5 group, because 13 is made out of 1 10 and 3 ones. Let's do after 10, we're going to draw 3 dark counters. Wait, yikes, it's a little too dark, but that'll work. Okay, remember that you also have to label 13 friends that came over for dinner. I would put a D for dinner. That's a part separated by drawing a line. 4 more friends came over. This part is going to be 4 more. Same color, okay, light colored counters. You want to do the darker ones when you have a teen number, okay, 10 and some more. So you guys can see that there's 13 here. Remember to label, this is a 4. I would put M for more. Remember your next step would be to box it. Now, how many friends came over to Emmy's? We need to find out how 13 and 4 together give us our unknown result, which is our whole, and we don't know it. Let's find out. 13 plus 4. Remember, the first grade way is to start with your bigger number and count on to the rest. We know there's 13 here, right? Count on 14, 15, 16, 17. This makes the whole 17. Our next step would be to write a number sentence and statement, the RDLW, remember. Our number sentence, remember we started with 13 friends for dinner, plus 4 more, equals, we didn't know, right? But now we do. There is 17 friends coming for dinner. Last but not least, your statement, how many friends came over to Emmy's house? We can say 17 friends came over to Emmy's house. Friends, or we can just say 17 friends came over. All right, so the next 2 days you guys have an example of each type of word problem. If you need to see this again, just hit press play again so you guys can see how you RDLW these problems for this week.